In this example, we have a data table of some ACT scores from an AP Stats class. We're also told that it's approximately normal. We want to calculate the mean and standard deviation. We'll fill in the appropriate values here, and we'll do a little work with some standard deviations. I've already entered this data in. If you go to Statistics or STAT button on your calculator, which is this one right here, then you can go to Edit and just hit Enter, and you can enter them in. I've entered mine in List 1. I'll exit out of this, and then I'll ask the calculator to perform some calculations. So I just hit the Statistics button, STAT again, and then I cursored one to the right, and that got me to the Calculate menu, and I want to calculate the one variable statistics. The list I want is L1, so I'll hit second and then the number 1, hit Enter, and you can see that it spits out a ton of stuff here. Now the X bar, that is the mean. And I know that we used a different symbol, but this one is the same. It's a different symbol meaning the same thing, the mean. So the mean here is 28.3, or if we decide to round this, let's round this to 28. Okay. So the mean here rounded would be about 28. Standard deviation. Standard deviation, we have the lowercase sigma right here, and so the standard deviation is about 4.5. Now, you could round to some different values, that's fine, but for the simplicity of this example and just writing down the values on the curve, let's go with that. When you have these two values and you know that the data is normal, it's very important that you know that, then we can just fill in our normal curve here. So we've got 28, that's right in the middle, that's the mean. You can use X bar here if you wanted. And then one standard deviation to the right, it's going to be 4.5 plus 28, which is 32.5. We're going to add another 4.5, and we're going to get ourselves to 37 here. That's going to be 2 standard deviations to the right, writing down these lowercase sigmas here, Greek letter sigmas. And then we'll add 4.5, and we'll arrive at 41.5, which is at 3 standard deviations above the mean. We can do the same thing here. We could go 1 standard deviation to the left, 2 to the left, and then also 3 to the left, and these values would be lower. We can just subtract 4.5 here, we get 23.5, and then we'll do the same thing with this one, and so we've got I believe that'd be 19. I'm going to subtract another 4.5, and we're going to wind up here at, let's see, 4.5, 15, oops, that's not a 2. That's going to be, let's see, 12.5, I think. Let me double check that, maybe 13.5, just drawing a quick mental blank here. Oh, that's going to be 14.5, sorry about that. There we go. Okay, 14.5, there we go. Hopefully I can add and subtract. You could also fill in the percents in here, but I think we're going to do that later. So let's just focus on part C. What ACT score falls 3 standard deviations below the mean, and that's right here, the one I had a tough time calculating. 14.5 would be 3 standard deviations below the mean.